Yo yo, RX back with another video, and it's a breakdown of a really bad card. Not as bad as next week because whoo fuck, I'm actually gonna have to break down that card. Holy shit! But Goat Gang, I'm back. Breakdown of a 10-fight card, which is UFC Vegas 39. Dern versus Rodriguez, however you say it. Another main event of Brazilian versus Brazilian, even though they try to act like Dern's American now. Even though she's always been Brazilian, so I don't fucking know. But we'll talk about Dern and Rodriguez later, because obviously that's the main event. But obviously, shut up me. Before I start, you know what to do. Post notifications, sub, like, yada yada yada. But with that being said, let's get into the breakdown. First fight on the card, and it's a fucking weird one. Charlie Antivirus versus Steve Garcia. What do I honestly have to say about this fight? We got Antivirus coming back for another fight after Kevin Allen paralyzed him, it looked like. And we got Garcia coming back after about a year and a half layoff after losing to Luis Pena. Both guys coming off losses to decent competition. I think Antivirus' loss is a little better, at least on paper, but I like Luis Pena, so I'm not gonna diss him too much. But this is a terrible fight. This, like I've said all week, this is Bellator shit, like this card, and like the next week is super Bellator shit. Well, that's next week, this is this weekend. This week also looks like a fucking Bellator card. Like, I don't know what you guys really want me to say about this fight. Antivirus, like, they're both 0-1 in the UFC. And if I had to say who I think's gonna win, you know what? I'm gonna go crazy. I think this card has a lot of good dogs, and I think to start off card, I'm going with the plus 240 dog in Charlie Antivirus. Because Steve is a minus 305. I don't agree with these odds. I would probably have them minus 190 each, if that's even gonna make sense. Like really close odds, because we've not seen them do much in the UFC. They both are 0-1, so I don't know. I think I might pick out Tavares. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. If I do pick out Tavares, I'll probably pick Decision. I just feel Tavares can get this. Not saying Steve is a bad fighter. He won a Contender Series and had to do one more fight to get a contract. But I don't know why. I just feel like Charlie can get this W. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Charlie Antivirus by decision. First fight on the card, I'm picking up plus 240 dog. And no, don't bet on Antivirus. I don't care how confident you are. Just because I'm confident doesn't mean you should be. Charlie by decision. Man, like I always say, I don't want to sound like I'm rushing through these. Just there's not much to say about Antivirus and Garcia, so yeah. So next fight on the card is one that's been changed throughout the week because Sam Hughes did pull out due to COVID, so now it's Lupita Ganzilla, I said that completely wrong, versus Sylvian Gomez Jurars. I feel I'm not drunk. I guess it might be stupid. We know Loopy from her last fight getting robbed against Jessica Penne. We all remember that because she's really 6-0 right now. And then Gomez was supposed to be on Contender Series in I think a couple weeks, but she got called up because, like I said, Sam did pull out due to COVID. So I don't think there's much to say about this. There's an 8-year age difference with Loopy being 28 and Gomez being 36. So could experience win in this fight maybe, but I doubt it. Like I said, experience only gets you so far. I don't think it's gonna get you past Loopy. Not saying Loopy's great, but she beat Jessica Panay, who is a really good veteran. She brought her career back out of the dirt. So I don't know. Again, not much to talk about this fight. I think it's kind of clear Loopy's gonna win. She is the -210 favorite, a little bit small favorite wise. I think people are looking at that loss against Panay and like, ooh, I don't like that on paper. But come on, Gomez has 36, and I don't know. I think it's kind of clear Loopy's gonna win. Maybe it's just me, but I think I'm probably gonna go Loopy by decision. Is she my lock of the card? No. On paper, you would think she should be, but my lock of the card, then not the next fight, the fight after. But yeah, I don't like to rush through fights because I'm not just, again, what do you want me to say about Loopy versus Gomez? I don't do tape studies, so I can't tell you more about them, and I'm not going to do tape studies because I don't care. I'm a fan. I want to not waste my time watching tape. So I think I'm gonna go the -210 favorite. And real quick, talk about those odds again. I think I'd move her. I think actually that's perfect. So I'm gonna go with the 210 favorite by decision. Really interesting one. I think it's a lot better fight than a Hughes fight though, cause then Loopy might have been my lock of the night. So Loopy by decision. After that, we got an actually decent fight, shockingly. Charles Carlson versus Damon Jackson. For this card, this is a really good fight. And wow, these betting odds are making no sense. I'll talk about that why in a second. We all know Charles Carlson. He's a vet, 35. He fights a lot. Beating Justin James in his last fight when James bet all his money on himself and now he's broke. Before that, losing to Derek Minner, and then win-loss. We all know who he is. He's a wrestler at the end of the day, and both guys are really. And this is gonna be a grappling match. I know everyone's like, oh, grappling match. Trust me, I don't like it either. But sometimes it can be entertaining. Do I think this one's going to be? Yeah, I doubt it. But yeah, Rosa's a vet. So is Damon. Damon in his last fight getting flatlined by Elliott. Then before that, beating Mirsan Bektic, and then getting his first UFC fight. Well, in his first UFC fight, beating Bektic. I don't agree with these betting odds because Damon's the -175 favorite. Rosa coming back +145. This is definitely a fight I would bet on or parlay. I don't know all the betting terms. I think Payne makes a way better betting video, which I'll link at the end of the video. But yeah, if I had to make the odds, I think I'd make Rosa -160 to +140. I think he should be the favorite, but not by much. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a grappling match, and I think neither of them will be able to submit the other. I think Rosa will get the better of the exchanges on the ground and probably on the feet, and I think he'll get a decision. Maybe a split, because we know judges don't know what they're doing when it comes to a grappling match, but we will see. Yeah, I'm going with second dog of the night, even though him being the dog is still blasphemy. I looked at these odds last week, I think on Monday or Sunday, and I think he was a little closer in odds. So the fact that Damon went up would be really interesting. So yeah, I'm going Boston Strong to beat Leech. Even though we know the only good fighter with the nickname Leech is Li Jingliang. So yeah, I'm going Boston Strong by decision. Actually, a pretty decent fight. After that, we got another okay fight. We got Alexander Romanov versus Jared Vander. Remember when I was talking about my lock of the card? Here he is. Romanov. Why is he my lock of the card even though he really should have lost his last fight? Because Vander is fucking terrible. He lost to Spivak. He beat Justin Taffa, but that's something to write home about. And then before that, he KO'd Henry Hunsucker on the Contender Series. Though his 2 wins are against 2 cans, and when he fought a somewhat decent opponent, he got his ass whooped. And Romanov, who is a really good opponent most of the time, and will grapple Jared like Spivak did. What does that mean? Romanov's probably gonna win, and I think he's gonna win quick. I think he's gonna get one of his neck chokes or whatever it is he got against the Lima on Jared. Yeah, forearm choke, sorry. Or even an arm triangle, we don't know. Like I said, Romanov should have really lost his last fight against Juan Espino. I don't know how the judges scored that 3rd round for Romanov, because it was a nut shot that it was like 2 minutes into the round, so they had enough to score it, I guess. But I still think Juan should have easily won that, and I think that was a blatant robbery. But I think Romanov will get back on track and get a W, and I think it'll probably be Jared's last fight. He'll be 1-2 in the UFC, and his only 2 wins under UFC banners, Hunsucker and Taffa, who are terrible. So I'm going Romanov, the lock of the card for probably most people, and I think it's going to be a submission in the first. If it goes into the second, I definitely am leaning towards Romanov, and then round 3 is going to be looking like they're fucking underwater. And looking at betting odds, Romanov is the 400 favorite to plus 300. Yeah, I agree. I think he should be a huge favorite. Yeah, I think Jared needs to do a lot to win. So I'm going Romanov by submission in the first. Yeah, I think pretty clear. If you're picking Jared, good fucking luck, buddy. After that, we have the featured prelim. Yeah, I think the video's been quick because a lot of these fights suck. And this fight's really lame. I don't know why this is the featured prelim. Chris Gutierrez versus Felipe Colars. Why is this fight so high on the card? Why is Romanov or Lupi or Rosa not the featured prelim? Like, is it because they are high on Gutierrez? Yeah, he's good, I guess. I really only remember him for the weird commentating John Ant did during his last fight with Yule. Besides that, I don't remember him that much. And then for Felipe, I remember he really shouldn't have won the Luke Saunders fight. I don't know how they scored that fight for him. And then I don't remember anything of him before that. I don't think Felipe's that good. And I think Gutierrez is gonna just leg kick the shit out of him and get a decision. Like, I'm not even gonna waste too much time on this because I think it's kind of clear what's gonna happen. Let me take a quick sip. Yeah, like I said, I think Gutierrez is gonna do what he has to do. The leg kick, punch, maybe get a finish. I could see it. But I think he's going to just do what he has to do on the feet and win by decision 30-27. He is the minus 275 favorite. I would say, yeah. Thinking about it, yeah. Because when Felipe has fought in real competition, he's Montel Jackson ain't that good. So really, everyone he's fought is not great. So Gutierrez is probably his best opponent, and that's saying something. So, yeah, I'm going Gutierrez by decision. Again, I don't think I need to break down this fight too much. So, yeah, that's the prelims over in, 15 minutes. I did not try and rush through them, just only 3 fights are really talk-worthy. The other 2 are pretty bad. But we actually, on paper, this is a really good main card, just the prelims don't support it well. And to start that main card, we got Phil Haas versus Darren Nguyen. Really good fight. Really, really good fight to open the card. Open main card, I mean. And, yeah, I don't think this is a hard one to pick, though. It's a good fight, but I don't think it's too difficult to pick. I think, I think Haas is gonna win. I'm not gonna talk about a fight too much if I think a certain fighter is gonna win easily. Haas been looking great in his last fights. We all know he wrecked Jacob Malkoun, but Jacob Malkoun sucks. Beat Imov, I don't know how you say his name, and he beat Kyle Dawkins, which pretty good win, and a pretty dominant win. I think he was either the dog in that or really close to being. So yeah, he's been looking really good. We know he has great power. We know he can fight. We know that. I'm not jumping to a conclusion saying he's gonna be a champion. I know people, when they hear someone talk good about a fighter, they're like, "Well, you think they're gonna be a champion?" or yada yada yada. No, I think they're good. He is 32, and he is the -275 favorite. I would move that down as personally. I think 240 to plus, instead of plus 220, I would say plus 180. I think he should be a favorite, but not by that much, because Darren might be his second best fighter of the UFC career, behind Dawkins, obviously. Not saying Darren Nguyen is a good fighter. He's 2-2 in the UFC, beating not great competition and losing to decent competition, so I think he's gonna lose. How do I think he's gonna lose? Sorry about that. I'm gonna say knockout. I know he's not been knocked out, but he's fought 2 guys who don't knock out. GM3's a submission guy, and he subbed him, and Darren Stewart sucks, so. Yeah, I think Haas is probably gonna knock him out, and in the first or second, I don't know yet, one or the other. But yeah, I think Haas is a pretty clear pick. But if you think Nguyen's gonna win, pun not intended, good luck. But I'm going Phil Haas, and Darren will lose. He's gonna lose. Phil Haas is knockout in the first. Next up, we get to the first of the two fights I'm actually hyped about on this card. Marina Akapova versus Sabina Mazzo. This is a really good fight. We all know Akapova, -1600 favorite, losing to Shannon Dobson because she gassed herself in the first round and underestimated Dobson. We all know that. We don't need to go back over that. We all remember it. But I think we're gonna get a reinjuvenated, terrible, I don't think I said that wrong or right, but a fresh Akapova. She's been off for more than a year. That Dobson fight happened in March, or sorry, not March, but you know what I'm trying to say, in fucking August, sorry. And she's been up, so now it's been a year and 2 months since she last fought. If she couldn't get her gas tank down by now, or working by now, I don't know what she has to do. And her only other loss is just Tracy Cortez, which is a great loss. Like, there's no shame in losing to Tracy Cortez. So, I'm excited for this fight. I think to talk about her opponent, Sabina, also in her last fight getting dominated by Alexis Davis. And that was not because she got that, because veteranship just whooped her ass. Before that, she beat Justine Kish and JJ Aldridge. And Shanna Dobson, who, like we said earlier, beat Akapova, so not the greatest wins. And if you want to use MMA math, she beat Dobson, who beat Akapova, but like I've said a million times, MMA math does not work. Who do I think's gonna win this fight? It's a really good fight. The odds are 155 for Mazzo, 130 for Akapova. It makes sense. I think Akapova should be the dog after that performance. But, man, this is really good matchmaking. 9-2 each, 24 each. Fucking young up-and-comers. And which one do I think is going to come out the winner? I think it's going to be Akapova. It's a really good fight. I'm just trying to think. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with whoever you pick in this fight. Like, I think Akapova can win. I think Mazzo can win. Who do I think's gonna win? I think it's gonna be Akapova. By decision, I think it's gonna be a war. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a war. Yeah, if this became 5 a night, don't be shocked, 'cause I told you. But I'm going Akapova by decision. Please don't fucking gas again. After that, we got some veteranship. Tim Elliott versus Matthews Nicolau. I said that so wrong, I'm so sorry. But, I don't know, what do you really want me to say? I don't do English good. We all know Tim Elliott. The last veteran, trying to think, he's probably the last veteran left in that flyweight division, because you gotta think DJ's gone, Joe B just retired, Cejudo's gone, fucking, and he fought all of those guys. Yeah, he's a vet. We all know who Tim Elliott is. Lately, his wins have not been going too well, or his fights have not been going too well, because in his last 5, he's had a bad deck of cards. He had to fight Figueiredo, Oscar, and Roy all in a row, which, god damn. And then he had to fight Ryan Benoit and Jordan Espinoza. So, he's not winning no belts. I think we all know that. When he fights the top guys, he loses. When he fights lower guys, he wins. That's Tim Elliott. To talk about his opponent, Matthews Nicolau, he is on a 3-fight win streak, winning his first UFC fight against Manel Kopp. People still talk about that fight as kind of iffy decision-wise. I don't remember it anymore, so probably a bad decision knowing the UFC. But we're not talking about Manel Kopp, we're talking about Tim Elliott standing across the cage from him. I think this fight could go either way. Either Elliott's veteranship will win him the fight, or Nicolau's gonna be another L on Elliott's veteran record, which is 17-11. Goddamn, dude. So it's a really good fight. Yeah, if you just look at Elliott's record, look at his last wins and losses. He lost to people like Joe B and fucking DJ, Oscar, Figgy, but he's gonna beat guys like Louis Smoke and Ryan Benoit. Does Nicolau fall into the Benoit category or the top guy category? We find out Saturday night. Where do I think he falls? Sorry, Glory, I'm going with Nicolau. I think Elliott's starting to get long in the tooth. I don't think he should maybe start thinking about retirement, because especially if he gets dominated this fight, which I don't think he will. But if he did, like 17-11. Your last 2 wins are against 2 not great fighters, especially Benoit, who's like fucking 4-3. It's a really good fight. Just like I said, the main card has really good fights and make you actually think, unlike the prelims. Nikolai is the minus 165 favorite to Elliott's plus 140. Yeah, I agree. I think he should be the favorite, but if you want to put a little dough on Tim, go ahead. I don't think it's that bad of an idea. But I'm going to go with Nicolau by decision. I think it's going to be a fun fight. Again, there could be 5 tonight also. But yeah, I'm going Nicolau by decision. Now the co-main event of the evening, the fight that I've been going back and forth on all week. Randy Brown versus Jared Gordon. Oh boy. Randy Brown, he beats who he should and loses to who he should. Lost to Nico and Luque, beat Alex Oliveira and Wesley Alves. So we know who he is. Borderline ranked guy if he can beat one of those top guys he fights. And for Gordon, he was on a 2-fight skid to Joe Bannon on the Nurmagomedov, and then just ripped through Nikolai Stokes. So he's hot right now. He's ready for war. The reason I've been going back and forth on this fight because the odds have Randy at minus 250. I don't agree with that at all. I would have this fight minus 130 for Brown, plus 120 for Gordon. Cause if Gordon can go in there and land a big shot or just fight really good, he's gonna win. Randy fell under when he fights a good fighter, he falls under pressure. And look at his last 3 wins. I like Alex Oliveira. He's kind of washed. Wes Alves sucks. Brian Barberino, more of a veteran who just likes to swing. Jared Gordon beat Stoltz, not great, and then at Titan FC guys. So I don't know. It's a really good fight, mainly because you don't know who to pick. Who am I gonna pick though? Give me Randy Brown. Yeah, give me Randy Brown. I think size and he's fought better he's lost better competition, but still, I think Randy can pull this out of his ass somehow. So I'm gonna go Randy by decision. But if Gordon wins, remember I told you that that betting line made no sense. I told you. But I'm going Randy by decision. And now the main event of the evening. A great fight. 10 out of 10 matchmaking. Marina Rodriguez versus Mackenzie Dern. What a fight this is. What a good fight this is. Marina Rodriguez really should be on a 3-fight winning streak. Getting robbed against Carla Esparza and KOing Ribas and beating Michelle Waterson. Dern is on a 4-fight winning streak, beating Hannah Cyphers, Rana Marcos, Jandaroba, and Nina Nunes. So both these women are on hot streaks, and which streak's gonna end Saturday night? I have no idea. I'm biased, so you'll figure out who I'm picking. Excuse me, in a second. But if I have to look at this non-biased, Rodriguez has beat way better competition. No offense to Dern, but Hannah Cypher's pretty bad. Brandon Marcos ain't great. Jan Roba, that was a fucking firefight. I'm probably gonna rewatch that later tonight or tomorrow. And Nina, I don't hold Nina Ansaroff in high stature like most people just because of her last name. And then for Marina, beating Carla, former champion, KOing Ribas, who beat Dern, and dominating Michelle Waterson, who hasn't done that by now. It's a great fight. The fact I definitely thought Dern was older than 28 and Marina's 34. So it's a fucking amazing fight. Who am I going with? I think Dern got this. I think Dern might get this. But I think it comes down to this. If it stays undefeated, Marina has this fucking 10 out of 10 times. If it goes to the ground, lock it up. If you bet on Marina, rip up that betting paper or whatever you use, because if she's losing an arm. The betting odds are 160 for Dern, plus 135 for Marina, and 115 a piece, easily. 115 a piece. It's such a good fight. It's silly how good of a fight this is. And it's a main event, which is even better. This is Dern's first main event, Marina's second. So it's gonna be an interesting one. I'm heavily excited for this fight. But I'm going for the Mac Dern by decision, and I think the winner of this should fight either Carla or Joanna. Well, let's hope we do get that. Marina and Joanna would be a fucking war on the feet. But I'm going with Mac Dern by decision just because I have no idea how this fight could end, and I don't want to risk. I don't want to pick fucking submission and then she gets knocked out or vice versa. So I'm going Dern by decision. If you want to hear my picks again, I'm going Antivirus by decision, Loopy by decision, Rosa by decision, Romanov by submission in the first, Gutierrez by decision, Haas by knockout in the first, Akapova by decision, Nicolau by decision, Randy Brown by decision, and Mackenzie Dern by decision. I'm picking some really questionable dogs in Antivirus. Pretty much my only questionable dog. That's the one pick on this card that will either look stupid as fuck by the end of the night or will look like a genius pick. Which one will it be? Probably stupid as fuck. But it's me, what do you expect? But yeah, that's the breakdown. I somehow squeezed 32 fucking minutes out of this dog shit card. Next week, holy shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the Norma Lad card. But yeah. And I just want to do one quick side thing. Fury's fighting Wilder again this weekend. Fury's gonna dominate him again. So just want to say that. I'm not gonna put that in the title because I think that's cheap as fuck. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the breakdown. You'll see me again obviously Sunday, most likely, for a recap, maybe Monday, but most likely Sunday. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the breakdown, and RX out. Wilder's a fucking bitch.